Hi, and welcome to Video 101. I'm John Crossman. This is the last of a series of videos about skill sets good editors should have, skill sets I believe natural editors have, and I believe that there is such a thing as a natural editor, and I was just lucky enough to be one of those people. But all these skill sets can be developed. The last one I'm going to talk about is that of being a builder. And that is, if you think of a builder in a traditional sense, like a home builder or a commercial construction builder, they have a group of materials that they build from. That might be steel, concrete, wood, plastic, glass, carpet, plaster, lighting, electrical, and all these things come together. And a good builder obviously builds it in the right order, and they also know how the place each piece goes and how to build a good building at the end of the day. An editor is very much like that. You have music many times. You have audio from interviews many times. You might have audio from a naturally occurring event, if that's part of the story. You may have dialogue. You may have narration. You might have Foley or effects, audio effects that get added in at the end. And if it's a big production, you may not have to worry about that, but for most people, for most editors, you'll probably have to delve into some of those audio features just so that your post-audio guy doesn't have to go searching for them. And then, of course, you have video. You could have images. You could have animations and other kinds of graphics that are part of it. And you've got, like I said, the main video of whatever it is you're doing. If it's education, it could be classroom video or video of the teacher or of the students. As I've mentioned, I did classroom videos for over 25 years. And it wasn't what you think. They were best practices. It was told in a documentary style, but a lot of the footage was, of course, in classrooms. So that's what I mean by a builder. A builder, an editor is a builder, and they take all those elements, and the idea is to make all of those parts more than just the sum of the parts. So how do you take this is how I look at it. How does the music relate to the edits, relate to the content, relate to the story? How does, the graphics relate to the story and to the music? Many times when I start a project, if it's going to have music, I go find the music first, because that'll tell me through my ears. And one of the other skills that I've talked about earlier is that of a musical skill. If I can find the right piece of music that says to me, corporate communication, positive, motivating, fill in the blank, well, then that helps give me a mental framework to actually start with. Here's an example of, just the beginning of a video. And you'll hear that it begins with a music swell. Well, when I hear that, before I see or create anything, what comes to mind? What naturally fits with that piece of music? Well, it's a sunrise or dawn or something like that. And so it not only is the place I want to start. I'm looking for that kind of feeling from the music. But when you add the right picture and the right words to it, boom, you have a very strong message.
I was born and raised in Iran in a family with 6 siblings, mom and dad. Very intelligent human beings, but mom had 2 years of education, dad had 3 years of education.
So being an editor is really about being a builder and really finding joy in that process of taking all these that can be somewhat quite diverse pieces and putting them together in the best possible way. A building, a house, any structure that's built starts with the foundation. And most of the time, projects that I work on have music. And so the very first thing I will do is try to go out and find music that says to my ears what I want to see on the screen. The only way I can really control the effectiveness of the message is to start with the music first. And whether that's original music or whether that's library music, there's lots of resources to find music either for free or for very low cost out there now on the internet. So, and very good music. So as I start to build a piece, I go, all right, well, we're talking about history. This is what I hear, and we're going to start with the beginning of the day. So watch this little segment and you'll see how it all works together. So like a builder, when all pieces work together, you have a beautiful building at the end of the day. And that's what an edit is to me. You're trying to create the most effective message that you can to have the greatest impact on the viewer. And so you're using your music, you're using your logic, you're using your background, you're using your eye, and you're building this story. You're trying to make the most effective message possible. And so a key characteristic of a good editor is to have that builder mindset, to start with a good foundation, and then all the assets that you have build on top of that to create the best communication that you can possibly do. My name is John Crossman, and you're watching Video 101. There are lots of other videos on this website and different subjects matters, and if you have a question or a specific answer you would like, there is a form at the bottom of the page. Simply fill that in, and I will either create a video or get back to you personally or do both. Thanks for watching, and this is Video 101.